I'm Spencer.
And I'm a mod.
And this is The Itch.
Curator.
And we're here to talk about Steam's new policy for mods.
I'm free.
Basically, recently they just came out with the idea that people can charge for their mods now.
Yeah, they can charge any price that they want. Which is...
Free market. Free market always...
Free market, bruh!
It's America.
Merc.
So what are mods before we start delving into our opinions? And
Elaborate!
A mod... Well, I will. A mod is A mod or modification is the alteration of content from a video game in order to make it operate in a manner different from its original form. That's per Wikipedia.
What?
It's a good source.
Yeah. That's how I get all my college papers.
Thank you, Wikipedia. So, I just want to stress, so mods usually came from PC games.
Yes.
It's had, people can mod consoles. We've kind of talked about that.
Yeah, they've had some dalliances with, like, your Unreal. It's the only one I can think of.
But generally, it's easiest to do it for a PC game because all the code is right there. All you have to do is go into basically the folders and edit your own mods.
Yeah.
Which is huge for Skyrim. Like, Elder Scrolls gets modded like crazy.
Yeah.
Tons of Grand Theft Auto has some awesome mods for it as well.
Well, Grand Theft Auto 5, that was another thing, is they're really against the mods.
Really?
That are like really game changing. So you can't be Iron Man, for instance,
Aww.
which is a big problem.
Yeah.
If you ask me. But you can do other mods like oh hey, here's another filter that makes the game look more realistic, or some other like stuff that really isn't going to affect the entire game. So it's actually encrypted. That's how much they don't want it.
That's kind of lame.
Kind of sucks, but they're gonna break
So,
it.
so basically, Steam has offered so mods have been going on for a long, long time.
Yes.
But just recently, Steam announced that they want to give mod makers the opportunity to make money off of their mods.
Yes. And to actually put on their own prices for said mods.
Right.
Okay, because there have, like you've already explained to me, there have been mods where you do pay that do make their way, like they're user generated, and you have to pay for them in a sense, and they make their way, like what was it, Dota? Dota 2. Yeah, Dota 2, where you can pay, or you can make a skin. Valve is fully aware of the skin, or at least that it's user generated. They receive a bit of currency back. Right.
So this kind of stuff kind of already exists, but not to the extent that they're going for.
Yeah.
Where full-on mods, like,
user created.
Skyrim had some awesome, turning it into Thomas the Train, the dragons. Turning into Thomas the Train.
I did not know about that.
Or one of the wrestler Bonesaw is ready. What's his name? Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh. They had all the dragons turn into Macho Man.
I know that one, yeah. That one's shit. But so, yeah, they absolutely have.
Things like that you're going to be able to charge for now.
Ah.
It is optional, so it's not required that you do it. So now we can get into what are the pros and what are the cons of a system like this.
Well, let's get the pros out of the way, because that's going to be short. The pros of this system is, right off the top, I could think of, well, it's giving back to the community, right? The guy put in a lot of work, well, usually, put in a lot of work on it. Say, for instance, he did a bunch of different character designs on Skyrim, right? Like, it was like updated physics for women because some of us are perverts, and then like a couple other things in there.
Hey, Tecmo needs to do their own mods for Elder Scrolls. I totally agree.
Oh my god.
Team Ninja.
But
Elder Scrolls Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Fuck that. Fuck beach volleyball. I hated that game.
Played it.
No, my mom walked in on my brother playing it. What the hell is this? I was like, Mom, you cursed.
Didn't have a one-handed mode?
I think there was. Maybe. Shh, Ruby.
Why?
Silencio. So anyway, there's a lot of things. There's the fact that you give back to community. Hey, the guy put in work. Obviously, he should be rewarded for whatever he did. That makes sense.
It should be noted that there currently is the option to accept donations.
Yes.
That happens and has been happening for a long time.
Ruby. It's sort of a Patreon kind of, like, most people do have a Patreon set up as well, where they can be like, oh, hey, hook it up. Money. There's those tools and options. However, I can only see that as a real pro.
Well, yeah. Basically, the pro is the idea that you made something and you should be paid for it.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Which is perfectly fine. However, the disconnect is, and we don't really know how the split works, or do we? I kind of feel like some of the stuff was like conflicting.
So basically, the split is supposed to be, from all the sites that I've read on it, it's supposed to be 75% goes to Steam / the publisher,
Okay.
and the other 25% goes to the actual a person that created the mod.
Yeah.
So you get a game, and I'm just going to assume that the viewer is bad at math, because let's face it, I've seen education in this country. So you got a game.
No, man, we have the smartest viewers.
You got a mod that you, sure. You got a mod that you sell for $10. So $7.50 of that goes to Steam and the publisher, and you get $2.50 for a $10 mod.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest,
isn't terrible.
It's not terrible considering if you can sell 100 of them, you just made $250. So
it's not too bad. Considering way more people than that play these games,
right?
You might walk away with a little more than that.
Absolutely.
And if you're focused on it, maybe you got a little bit of a team together, some a 3-part team or something like that. You guys produce some really high level stuff.
Menage a trois gaming.
Yeah, man, could pay off. Works out.
So those would be the pros.
Yeah.
Potentially making some money. $2.50 worth. Hey.
Baller.
But so what are the cons?
Well, the cons are I don't know if it's a pro, but one of the interesting things that are, I guess, playing off against Valve right now as we speak is a lot of people are in control of the market. There's really no control, rather. So a lot of people, I saw some mods based off of another article where they charged an extra apple for $25 in Skyrim, and it's just like, wow, clearly take advantage. There's a lot more of those. They're protest mods, essentially, in the sense where they charge something outlandish for something stupid or menial, and that's kind of blowing up in their face. But it's easy to see they're overemphasizing a con, which is, hey, anyone can kind of control it. Like be like, oh, hey, there's going to be like 7 levels in this, and it's like, oh, I've got to charge $20 or $25 for it. It's like,
that
really?
That is easy to get around just by creating a rating system.
Yeah,
it's
a rating system,
super easy to get
a community that's going to be like, hey, why would I pay that much for it or whatever. Yeah. Another real big con about this tool is the fact of some users won't end up updating their mods. And you actually brought this up. It's a very good point. That not every mod user is going to be devoted to it. Okay, obviously at time they're like, hey, I'm going to make a really cool sword. I'm going to put the Master Sword in Skyrim, which is already there. But let's just say, yeah, I'm going to put it there, and it's going to be the best mod ever. All right, cool. Well, when these updates come out, and that's the difference between the Valve or the Dota scenario that we brought up, was that Valve knows that you created a Dota skin, and they adjust accordingly. Whereas Skyrim, we don't know if they're even going to be on that same wavelength as the user-generated content, in the sense where an update happens, that mod might have to be updated. Well, the mod creator, I don't know, moved to Switzerland.
Yeah. You probably moved to a different game. So.
Or, no, I went to China. I'm a Buddhist monk now. Okay, fine. No technology, but guess what? Where's my Master Sword? Kind of screwed over in that regard.
Yeah, so you just paid $2 and you'll never see it again.
Yeah. Fuck you, consumer.
So there's that. There is the opportunity for people to actually steal mods from each other and use them in their own mod.
I did see that, yeah.
So that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
And you don't know. It's hard to tell what you used when you do it that way.
And it's the copyright concept, because it is your work at that point. I saw an article where another individual took some assets from another mod and turned it into his mod. Well, the individual of the parent mod, the original mod, was like, hey, yo, I didn't say you could do that. And they just turned this huge battle. And that is something that is very commonplace. It's something like, it's what we said from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Every company fucks up somehow, and if they haven't fucked up, they will. And it looks like Valve just hit theirs.
Right. And
written in stone.
One other piece of a con is that, and I've seen this from a couple of people, is that you have basically it's not a direct market. So you're not going to this person and saying,
"You want to buy this?
Yeah, do you want to buy this mod?" And they're like, "Yeah." here's my money, here you go. Obviously, we've already talked about it. Steam is taking their own portion of it. Valve is doing, obviously their little thing.
Yes.
So, being that you're third party in this,
okay,
there's a lot of third parties that go around. So for a lot of people that do videos and try to make money off that, there's options like Patreon and stuff like that.
YouTube partnerships.
Nintendo
partnerships.
So your third party is YouTube.
Okay.
So that's pretty reliable, I guess. We don't dabble in that too much, but so if you wanted to go to if you wanted to buy your groceries, okay. You typically, unless you're like really into that stuff, you're not going to the farmer and buying it. You're going to Fry's or Safeway.
Distributor.
They're your distributor. Cool. They have a lot of controls. In this instance, your third party is Steam. Steam and Valve, and by deduction. But so this company is very poor at actually like monitoring people and making sure that everything works. They were voted they got like an F or something on their customer service. Better Business Bureau.
Yeah.
They got an F.
Yeah.
These are the people that are monitoring what mods you can get and making sure that they keep that system legit. So
it doesn't mean they're technically a bad company, but at the same time,
but they're handling your stuff.
Yeah.
They got an F. Just throwing that out there. If Safeway got an F on their Better Business Bureau or whatever it is,
they'd be shut down.
It would be a big deal.
You'd probably lose a couple stores.
You probably wouldn't. It would be an influence maker in you actually buying groceries from there.
Exactly.
The reason it exists. So that's just something to think about. Those would be some of the cons. I'm sure there's more, but it basically comes down to it being a logistical nightmare.
Yeah. And initially, I was actually okay with it because it's like, okay, hey, you bought the mod, and you have a problem with the fact that the mod is blank or whatever. Well, you just invested into it. I saw it as, whereas, hey, you're getting a game. And the game suddenly, it wasn't satisfactory. All right, well, that's your fault. But, upon, kind of reading more, because this thing, every day, something new came out. And it's just like, holy shit.
Some money will probably still come out.
Yeah, something still, no, you're right. Think about now, it can't be good for gaming. It was nice as a test, but that just, you have to test to do boundaries. It's like growing a muscle. You gotta push that thing to the limit. You gotta destroy your muscle before it comes back and rebuild strong.
Well, I think it also begs a certain question of when one big advantage that PC gaming had over console gaming was mods.
Yes.
And basically, they're free. So go and do that. And you can contribute if you want to just donate to a person that makes them.
Yeah.
But now this is saying you might have to pay for it. So basically, this is just DLC.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, is they're offering people to make their own DLC for games, but you have to pay for it. So basically, the big question is, do people want to pay for that?
The answer is no.
I would assume it's just take however much people pay for DLC, the regular DLC, translate it over, maybe to a lesser extent because it's not actual content, it's user generated.
Yes.
So I'd probably make it even a fraction of what they already do.
Mm.
And there you go.
Yeah. And then whatever you get back, consider yourself lucky.
I don't think this is going to kill mods because you still have every opportunity to not do that, and you can just keep that donate button.
Yeah.
I think this in and of itself probably won't work.
I think Steam's going to back out.
And again, it's completely optional, so it might not even ever get canceled. It's just like, hey, this is a thing you can do. But I think this has a lot of chance to screw people over.
I think people are going to look down on you if you do it. They're going to be like, oh, he's one of those purchasers. Whatever the case is.
So I'm not against it, but I think it as an option is going to be a failure.
I think it's a failure, and I think it's stupid. I'm sorry, at the end of the day.
Well, I'm Spencer.
And I'm JD.
And this is The Itch. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on This is The Itch on Twitch. We're doing a lot of fun things with that lately.
Yeah, funky stuff. All right, we do new videos every week.
Thanks for watching.
She flipped out. She's like, oh my god! Is the camera tilted, sort of?